Evening YouTube. This video is for moco space user FRE Extreme 3000, and I'm kind of conflicted. I was conflicted about whether to post this on XTube or YouTube because, as you all know, when I'm around the house I don't wear clothes, and so I don't want a situation where I just don't want a situation where I guess I don't know. I just wanted to kind of divide the two. But the reason that, I do this on YouTube is because, I mean, most of the time I'm inside, and that's when I have my little thought provoking moments or whatever you want to call it. And I'm not out that often. And, you know, I said what I was going to do was kind of pull myself together, and all of my YouTube videos I was going to make outside and make them be about rich content, like things I view in my opinions and things like that. But I mean, honestly, I haven't gotten there yet. But anyways, this video is for moco space user FRE Extreme 3000, and the reason I'm making this, I was really impressed by him. As you all know, throughout the day I check all of my low-end social media things and just looking for a way to connect, looking for people that have something in common with me or are somehow interested in having a conversation with me. This person, I happened upon them because sometimes on moco space you just go to your inbox and you just hit add all friends and you don't even look. And so I saw after a while I was getting annoyed because I was getting all of these messages from people that I was not interested in at all. And so I was like, let me find a way to block friend requests, because I would hit accept all friends just to kind of clear out my mailbox and keep on going. So I found a way to block new friend requests. So basically they could still message me, but if I didn't like them, I didn't have to add them, and eventually I would just phase it out where if I didn't add you, I'm not talking to you at all. So I looked at my little friends log, and I had like nearly 5,000, and I went through systematically, and I was like, and I like the way that it's set up on Moco, where you can just hover your mouse over it and it gives you like the little blurb that they put about themselves on there. So I started doing that, and I saw his, and I liked what he had to say, so I clicked on his profile, and I was looking, and what drew me in was he had pictures of all this, like, absolutely, I love to cook too, but because of my situation, y'all know it's not really conducive to that. But all these wonderful dishes that he made, and I mean, he posted a couple of pictures of himself, of course, and I'm just like, okay, clean, nice looking guy, a big dude, and he posted one of himself, and no, not a flashy kind of picture of his car, but just vehicle, that's the vehicle, and then just like nearly over 150 pictures of food, and all of the dishes were delicious. And I kind of saw, because I looked at every picture, he had like 200 something pictures posted, some of them were duplicates, and I looked at every single picture, and I kind of began to get to know this person through their pictures. Me personally, it's like reading their autobiography, and basically it showed that he was a hardworking man, he was single, he liked to cook, and he was taking pictures of his food, and then he cooked for his coworkers and friends, and then the holidays. Then he started getting into catering. Then when he started getting into catering, I guess he maybe went into open up a club or something, and I guess he's been saving up his money to do this all this time, and so he finally went and got the money out of the bank to go put the money down on his business, and he does catering on the side, and he's advertising what he does on moco space. And moco space is so ghetto. Well, it was so ghetto. It's getting better, y'all, but it's pretty ghetto. And when people post pictures of money, it's usually ghetto. They got a whole bunch of $1 bills, and they're like, yeah, we're balling. And it's usually drug money or something bad like that. But this man worked hard, and he took a picture of his money, not to say I'm balling, but that, damn it, I worked hard as hell, and this is probably the only time I'm ever gonna have all this money in my hand at one time, but I'm taking it to go put an investment down on my business, and it doesn't mean that it turned out, but just the fact that he did that. And then it went on from him having his own business, the nightclub thing, to the catering thing, and pictures of different places he catered, and you could tell that he really enjoyed what he did, you know, just beautiful. It wasn't that he went to some $1 million place and took the pictures. You could tell he just did a good job at taking it. Sees beauty in his eyes. He did a good job of taking a picture of wherever it was. Then from there, where did he go from there? Then he had this picture of this beautiful house that looks like something that they would have like in Atlanta, you know, a nice house that he bought like in my hometown, well near my hometown. It was a beautiful house, you know, and my hometown is a small little country place, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house to me it was. And then you saw how the next picture he decorated it for the holidays, so he took pride in his investments, you know. And then you saw parts where, you know, just the whole human process of him, you know, saying, you know, he's looking for a lady, but she can't be trashy, you know, somebody classy. And I'm thinking, well, you know, most of us on this website are not gonna qualify. Then there's gonna be people that fake it and try to fake it. But you know, I was just like, wow, I was a fan, you know, um, a big fan. And then, you know, he had pictures of somebody he called his cousin that was looking for other women, you know, or whatever like that. I don't know if it was really his cousin or maybe a girl that came to talk to him and she wasn't interested. So, you know, he just did it that way to kind of bow out gracefully and show there was no hard feelings. But I mean, just this man, I swear to goodness, he reminds me of a male Beyonce. Then also on top of that, he showed a picture of when he weighed 1,000 and something, almost 1,100 pounds, and he lost a good 700 pounds. I'm like, how do you do that? You know, how? You know, I was so amazed by this man because here I am. I'm probably like 175, 180. I don't know how much I am. I'm under, like maybe 20 pounds under 200. And, you know, I'm only 5'4", and I gained like 50 pounds in the past few years, probably 30 of them in the last 2 years, you know, 20 of them in the last 2 years, last year, 6 months or so. And, you know, I'm feeling all heavy and feeling down. And it takes a lot of encouragement, you know, to get up off your ass and do stuff when you're feeling like that. How did he do that, you know? And I'm just amazed by him. And so you know, the more I looked at his stuff, the more amazed I became. And of course he didn't respond, and I told myself I wasn't going to look at any more of his pictures because it's kind of creepy when you go and you comment on every single picture or like every single picture. So, you know, I said I was going to stop, but the food looked so good. I was like, let me click the next one, let me click the next one. And I made it all the way through. And of course he didn't respond to everything um, that I posted, but but you know, he did make little responses, you know, one or two responses here or there. And you know, he was advertising his stuff. You know, he wasn't just posting pictures to post pictures. He was letting them know, hey, I do catering on the side and stuff looked darn good. You know, if I could afford it, I cater him to do my house every day, you know. And I was so impressed by him. You know, what drive, what ambition. And here I am, and I don't know how old he is. I think he's like, everybody's younger than me, so he's probably like 30. But you know, here I am. I'm 50. This man was 700 pounds overweight. I'm 50 pounds overweight. Yeah, 50 pounds overweight. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to get up and blah, 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 blah. Blue, boo, hoo, 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 you know. And I like to cook, you know. I need some drive and some ambition. So I'm like, yo, you know, I know most of the females are trying to hook up, but I'm like, yo, you know, I like what you do. And you know, if you're willing to, I would love for you to, you know, then he's somebody he's coming to Miami to do some catering events here. I mean, there's people that are really doing it. I was on Badu the other day, and there was this young guy, and he was somebody, he does design. He was coming down here to do, he was down here for the weekend or whatever to do design work, and he was just trying to meet some cool people. And you know, when he asked me what I was doing, I was like, oh, he got the wrong one, you know, because pictures are just pictures, you know. You know, because if I had a life, I wouldn't be on here at all, you know. And you know, then he tried to make light of it. Oh, so what do you like to do for, what do you do for fun? Well, for fun today, I ate 8 chimichangas, you know. So it's just like, you know, everybody needs a support system. Everybody needs some kind of fire. And for me, when I went home, that was devastating to me because my mother doesn't love me anymore. So it's just like, and I had a status update that basically, and I said it and I meant it, that basically the love that I thought I had for myself all these years I was holding out after this legal thing was over, the love that I thought I had for myself was actually the love that I thought my mom had for me. But when I found out she didn't have it anymore, I was like, wow, I think I don't love myself anymore. That's crazy, you know. And when I say crazy, I mean that's just, I would never have thought that that was what it was, but it really was. Because when I felt that way, I was like, I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to go to work, look for a job, nothing, And, and then I realized, it was all for my mother. And when I got home back to Virginia, everything was good. I could have put a payment down on a new apartment or whatever, but it was cold. But I would have endured the cold if I felt like I was even semi wanted, but I wasn't. So it was good to get closure on that, to see that, this is what it is. They don't love you. So you got to move on. And, can I do it just for me? No, I need to have someone or something else that I know that cares enough about me because, somebody else had a status update that says something about the way that we feel about ourselves is influenced greatly by people around us. I don't have anybody around me. So, truly and honestly, nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. So if I want to waste away into a big fat slob, I can. If I got rats, y'all, so that's why I'm stopping like that. But, or if I, decide to do nothing, if I decide to go be a nomad, I can. If I decide to post new pics everywhere in the world and not care, I can. It doesn't matter because I don't have anybody to, don't nobody care about me. It doesn't matter. And I don't know. So I really didn't know where I was going. So hopefully, and hope beyond all hopes, because this person doesn't know me from a can of paint. They're probably just passing time like I do a lot, on the internet, just chatting to whoever. But I was like, hey, I was half joking, but, if you're willing to, train me with that drive and ambition, I'd appreciate it. And he was like, oh, and I was like, train me to kind of, because he was talking about the woman that he likes, to train me to be the woman that you like, but not for you, but for me, so that I can have some drive and ambition. And he was like, oh, all you have to do is have the desire. I'll be happy to do that. So he might have just been talking, but just the thought of it is a good thing. Because that's, I think, all I wanted since this legal thing first started was, I wanted a mentor, because I don't know how this world, I'm starting to know now, or in the past couple of years, that the world is not a good place. There's a lot of bad people out there with good names. So, I don't know how the world worked. And just a little bit of a conversation with this other dude that was on Craigslist, when I told him the situation of what just happened with something flashing on my screen about porn or whatever like that, just a little bit he shared with me taught me a lot. It opened up my eyes. So, hopefully, this when people are successful or trying to be successful or high driving ambition, they don't have time for dead weight, and basically at this point, I'm dead weight because all of the vim and the energy, that I had inside of me is gone. Basically there's like a little flicker there. He's gonna really have to do a lot of work to fan it back up. And if people are on the move and on the flow like that, they don't have time for that. And so that's what it is. I don't know what's next in my life. I have no clue, and honestly I don't care. It is what it is at this point. But I just guess making this for this person because I just wanted him to see the state that I'm in. That pictures are pictures. I could post a picture of an instant, and that instant might have been just the 2 seconds I took the time to pose for a picture. But the reality is, this is me. This is me. I'm fat. I'm hurting a little bit. I'm lazy a little bit. I have a lot, and it may all really, due to no fault, of anybody that comes in contact with me at this point. It may all just be wasted because my drive and ambition, it's not there. I need support. I need people that love me, care about me, and want to see me do well. Genuinely, no ulterior motives. So that's that. So I'm gonna post it, and if he asks me about it, I'll share it with him. So anyways, God bless y'all. Good night.